E ole lo mai ahi ko mai o pua ka inima kaulana o ka vai hai Ike kai Havana Havana E ole alo mai Ahi ko mai O pua kai
Como mai, aloha. Hello and welcome aboard, everybody. My name's Al. This is Maui. And we're going to go check out Molokai. All right. Before we depart, though, let's see what we got here. Ashfith and Anil, huh? Where you guys from?
L.A.
Downtown L.A.?
No, Burbank.
They wouldn't let you into town, huh? Bummer. Celebrating anything?
No, yeah, for work for 2 weeks. Running the
Holo. That's vacation, Hawaii. You know Siri? She said she didn't know you too. Uh-oh. Get you in trouble. Sorry, Siri. And Margaret and James. Hi, guys. Where you from? I can't hear you. You got to talk loud. Austin, Texas. I almost got married there once. She told me to get out of town, so I did. Excuse me. You guys celebrate anything? How many years? How many? 15? 10. The adventure continues, huh? All right. Well, a quick little briefing. There's no smoking in the restrooms. Seat backs in the upright position at all times. Tray table stowed. No active electronic devices allowed. Now, that does not include any kind of camera, digital watch, or anybody bionic. Have a good time with all the toys. If you happen to have a cell phone and you'd like to call somebody, well, that's perfectly all right with me. Kind of like guess where I'm at, huh? See me talking? You don't hear me talking. I'm generally talking to myself. I do that a lot. I also answer myself, so I'm covered. And from here on in, I'll not be able to hear you. The radios will tell me what's going on around us. A real good idea. Listen, but I'll try to anticipate and answer your questions sometime during the flight, huh? Wait by the Caroline out here, and we'll see if we can get out of here. Here we go.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
Roger roll, Discovery.
Well now, how you like the magic carpet ride so far? Got any pilots on board? No pilots? Well, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Anybody first time on a helicopter? There's 3, 4 of us, huh? 5? Been there? Anybody nervous? Just me? Well, I'm glad you're not nervous. This is my first time. I'm having a good time. Yeah, I stayed in the Holiday Inn. I did, too, in Vermilion, South Dakota. Good bird hunting in Vermilion, South Dakota. The place is so flat you can watch your dogs run away for 3 days. That's flat. Actually, I started flying in 1958. My grandchildren were convinced my first aircraft was a pterodactyl. Could have been. Let's tell you what's out here. Sherry, we're just leaving Katalua, a major industrial city and seaport, Wailuku Town, a county seat, the orchards of macadamia nut. And this is the oldest part of Maui. People like call it the West Maui Mountains. The real name, the Hawaiian name, Kaalabai, refers to the waters of the moon. Average rainfall, over 450 inches of rain a year. Wowzers. And there's no lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. No monkeys, no snakes, no rhinoceros, no hippopotamus. You know, the only vicious animal we have out here, well, that just happens to be human beings. But we feed them well, they won't bother you. Out in the Maui. Down in the Maui is about 5 million years old. And was created using what is known as shield activity. That's where the lava flows and flows one layer upon the other. You know, the volcanoes are not explosive like Mount St. Helens, Krakatoa, Mount Pinatubo. Just one layer built upon the other. 5 million years to build them all. 10 million years from now, they'll all be gone because of erosion. Kind of a good thing you guys showed up today. Might have missed it. I have my good friend Alan Mendez down here. Margaret Allen, get horses. If you like to ride horses, go see Alan Mendez at the Mendez Ranch and say, Alan. Al said if you don't take care of us, you're going to land this helicopter on your horse trailer. I can do that. The rainforest made up primarily of coral wood, paperbark, mulberry, and sandalwood. Keawe, better known as mesquite, all kinds of ferns, palms, juju, and orchids. And that light-colored tree down there, that's kukui nut. Some people like to call them candle nut. And a very sacred tree called ohia. Hey, James, you like to know why we call them ohia? I'll go like that. See, James, we call them ohia because ohia, not ohia. James said, keep the day job. Tough crowd today. Hey, you know what, guys? It really is ohia tree, though, and it's very, very sacred. Never pick ohia blossom unless you first make offerings to the gods. And keep in mind, Daniel, you do not have to throw anybody in the crater. Human sacrifice is unacceptable. Try that, no, and see if you like it. And no, we did not eat Captain Cook. You have no idea who started that rumor. Captain Cook went buried at sea. A little small piece is true, but buried at sea. If you guys decide you like make good offering to the gods, it's real simple. All you need is a bottle of gin. A brand new and open bottle of gin. Gently wrap it in tea leaf. Use the green, not the red tea leaf. That's important. And when you get that done, you very gently and reverently leave it at my front door. It works every time. Just don't use beer, because beer tends to upset my stomach. Beer upsets the gods' stomachs, and they get grumpy. I've been watching grumpy gods. Oh, and there's a little road goes all the way around Kahalavai here. James, it takes about 3.5, 4 hours to drive it, depending on how many stops you're going to make. Take plenty something to eat, plenty something to drink. Take an umbrella for the wind, the rain, or the sun. You get all three. And the road gets a little narrow, especially over there by Kahakaoa. But Anil, no worries about that old Hawaiian saying. The slower you go, the wider and the straighter the road gets. Sir, there's pineapple fields up ahead. Now, pineapple is not native to the Hawaiian Islands. Pineapples come from South America, or Central America. Yeah, been around about 149 years. And guys, if you're going to get a pineapple at the store, don't get the biggest you can find. The smaller they are, the sweeter they are. I mean, I got to make a radio call. Back to you in a moment. Well, now we are going to heli on across the Pailolo Channel to the island of Molokai. You know, there are those who like to call Molokai the friendly island. Margaret, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The warriors of Molokai are considered the most fierce warriors in all the islands. So I get to thinking, and I don't think very often, it gives me a headache. But I do believe the reason I like calling the friendly island is because where they're cutting you in little small pieces, they're smiling at you. Well, sounds good to me. Oh, and by the way, we're not going upside down today. Yesterday was upside down day. You guys missed it. I do make turns. No one gets left out. And it does appear the first thing we're going to find is a ranch. Now, those who like to call it Murphy's Ranch, but, well, Murphy passed away about 100 years ago, old age. The real name of the place, Pu'ohoku. The district name is Halava. I'm going to translate that. I guess the closest I'm going to get is cul-de-sac. Yeah, cul-de-sac. But you know, after 170 years, it's still an operating ranch. So we get lucky, James. We're going to check out the Paniolo. You know about the Paniolo? Oh, cowboys. That's a Hawaiian word for cowboy. Paniolo. See, we call them that because you see, many years ago, when the Mexican showed up, teach the Hawaiian how to become cowboy, Hawaiian could not say Espanol. No more S in the language. Only 12 letters in the alphabet. Made school easy. Still cannot say Espanol, we stuck with Paniolo. Sound more Hawaiian. Hawaiian word for cow is pipi. We saw the cow for the first time about 180 years ago. It was a gift from England brought over by Captain Vancouver. Never really know what to do with them. We kind of stare at them for a while. Besides, we had to name them, but we couldn't call them cow. Cow means food, and we didn't know we could eat them. So we call them pipi. Hey, you know, I just thought of something. This might be the only place in the world you can go watch a pee-pee in the field or the poo-poo in a restaurant. Nobody gonna say anything. I remember that one. Hawaiian word for horse is Leo. L-I-O. Leo. Let's see the horse for the first time right after the cow. Easiest way to name the horse, name him after the first Mexican to get off the boat whose name we could pronounce. His name was Leo Sanchez. You guys don't believe that, do you? I wouldn't. I just made it up. Sound good, though. I might keep it. I guess you like to know about that rock out there. What are you thinking, Neil? Well, some people like to call it Elephant Rock, but there again, there's a problem with that. It don't look like elephant. I've seen elephants. That looks more like Honu, the turtle, when they come for air, huh? Yeah. Well, the real name of the rock is Moku no Oniki. See, it's a bird sanctuary. Yeah, but the birds don't know that, and they never go there. You want to see waterfall? We'll go see waterfall. Over there. Hawaiian word for waterfall is Evalele. Californian word for waterfall is Disneyland. In Texas, it's waterfall, y'all. Canada's waterfall lake. In Japan is take, and you gotta go like that, take. Germany is Wasserfall, but across the border in Austria is waterfall. Weird. What I'm going to do is show you some warm-up waterfalls. And after that, I'm going to introduce you to the North Shore. Then I'll show you real waterfalls. We're going through the valley, talk story. Try to give you as much history and information as I can in the short length of time we have available. And we begin the valley up here. Off to the right will be the village of Lava. I do make turns so no one gets left out. And don't just look straight out the front window. Look out the sides as well. You'll find all kinds of things to look at. With that, enjoy.
We love these islands and all that they share. Warmth, love, happiness, and time to care. Untold tales of times long past, of kings and queens.
Some peepees over there. Peepees over there. Peepees back over there. Peepees everywhere.
Throw back your arms and take to the air.
Sometimes Leo in this little field right here. The horse, Leo. Yeah, they're not there down unless you're under the tree.
These hidden valleys have a story to tell us. A secret wishes, magic, people, and kingdoms. Gaze into the sea to know what life brings you. Power, majesty, and strength can you see through the barrier of years and the passing of ages. Know the meaning of what was is now, ours to give and ours to show. Share from the heart for the body and soul. Trust in us and you'll know no cares. Throw back your arms and take to the air. Fly until you know no boundaries. Laugh a melody of joy and illusion. Grab a sunbeam shining into the canyon. Coloring the mountains over and over. If you ever want to believe in the mysteries of glory that we speak of to you, look into the mirror of this life as we know it. Come, my friends, we'll take the best and we'll share it. Trust in us and you'll know no cares. Throw back your arms and take to the air. These islands and all that they share, warmth, love, happiness, and time to care. Untold tales of times long past, of kings and queens, of this and that. Trust in us and you'll know no cares. Throw back your arms and take to
How's that? Well, now time to introduce you to the North Shore, which means I have to adjust the iPod. This is the younger generation's way of getting back at me for something, this iPod thing. And I've come to the conclusion whoever invented the iPod did it strictly as a cruel joke on old guys like me anyway. I'm still using an abacus. But it's worked that time, so we'll see if we can introduce you to the North Shore. All right, get the sucker. You gotta have that. Anyway, it goes like this. Welcome to the North Shore, Maui. James, you thought I was going to take a dive off that cliff, huh? I won't do it when you anticipate it. No fun. I am going to make a turn, though. See, Margaret likes it. Now, that introduction was done by another old friend, Israel Kamaki Ole. Normally I do them, but I get a little tickle in the throat this afternoon. So he's my backup to do the same introduction. So remember I told you the islands were created one layer at a time? You can see them right here. Hey, you know what? We get goats out here. Yeah. And the goats are covered in Velcro. I know they're covered in Velcro. They stick to the wall. They never fall. Gotta be Velcro. Hey, I found out goats, Velcro was 64 years old this year. I happen to mention that to my grandchildren, and they inform me I am no longer older than dirt. I am no older than Velcro. Grandbabies are that way. If you're looking for goats, little black dots in the wall. There's one right there. Of course, there's always the old goat flying you around. Going to check out this waterfall, though. Has two names, Kaiva Papalawa, referring to the tall waters in the tall land. 1,640 feet high. But again, don't just look at the big waterfall. Look to the sides. You'll find Kodak moments everywhere. How's that? Alrighty then. Don't try that in a 747. I went trying them in an F-100 one time. I thought they were going to make me pay for it. I never even had to pay for the parachute or the bullets. They didn't make me walk home, though, and I didn't think that was fair. I mean, after all, I only broke the other guy's airplane before I broke mine. You'd think that'd be worth a ride home. Long walk there. Now, Margaret, the sea cliffs of Molokai, considered the tallest and the steepest sea cliffs in the world, over 3,000 feet. This was not created by erosion, though. And it wasn't pushed out of the bottom of the ocean by some gigantic tectonic forces. No. See, at one time, there was a nice gentle slope from up on top way out here. Ended in some sandy beaches. 1,500,000 years ago, a big crack developed down to this island, and the entire northern one-third of this island took off to the north. A little perspective here, guys. About half as much island as you see out here now is over here on this side. It and everything holding it up clear down to the bottom of the ocean, some 10,000 feet. All went north. Talk about tsunami, huh? Oh, you guys know about tsunami. That's a seismic wave. You know, there's more than one wave in a tsunami. It's a whole series of waves. Now, this series of waves from this one was about 600 miles front to rear. The waves half the size of the sea cliff, and the whole thing moving out at about the speed of sound. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of glad I never had beachfront property back then. I don't think that would have worked too well. Some black sand beach over here. Some on this side. The name of this valley, Wailao, bundles of food and water. And get an old story for you, taken from the ancient chants. Sure, it's a sad story. It's a mushy story. You know what that means. It's a love story. You know, took place in this valley centuries ago. So I thought I'd tell it. On top of that, I found the music. These stories are normally told as a chant, but I tell them as a chant, we're going to be here all day long because now Hawaiian get real long-winded when they do the chant. So I'm going to do them what I like to call English. Centuries ago, when the earth was new and the people first walked the land, the gods walked the lands with us. The god of the cloud, Keula, that's him up there. He went and looked down and he see the people on the island and became very curious. He liked no more about these creatures wandering around his island. Well, the best way for find out, come down from the mountain, change himself into human form, walk amongst the people, so this he did. As he walked amongst the people, he decided, ooh, you know, I like the people here in the island. This is a good thing. He also found a beautiful young woman. Her name was Puele. They went fell in love to get married. They were so happy. But you see, there's a problem. As in all true love stories, there's a problem. See, the problem was that when Keula came down from the mountain, changed himself into human form, there were no more clouds. And without the clouds, there no more rain. Without the rain, the people in grave danger. Realizing the error of his ways and wanting to save everybody, Keula went back into the mountains, changed himself back into a cloud, brought the rains back. Well, that saved everyone. However, his bride, Puele, she never understood that one, no, and she went and followed him into the mountains, looking for him everywhere, weeping with grief at the loss of the husband. And she looked for him to this day, still weeping with grief. So just remember, guys, whenever you see waterfall, big or small, anywhere in and around the islands of it, it's not just waterfall you're looking at. No, those are the tears of Puele. She searches for her husband. And the rain, the tears of the husband. Sad story. The word for fresh water is vai, W-A-I. The word for wealth is vai, vai. You get fresh water here in the islands, you get everything. You know the Hawaiian bride prays for rain on the wedding day? So when you find a rainbow, remember it's not just a rainbow, it's a blessing. A blessing from the islands of it. How you like the islands? You know, in 1778, time of first contact, there were over 600,000 Hawaiians saw all these islands. In 1878, 100 years later, look around and say, hey, where all the Hawaiians stay? Couldn't find them anywhere. Had a census looking for Hawaiian kind everywhere. Discovered Hawaiian population in 100 years. It dwindled from over 600,000 to 84,000. Almost all gone. Well, here it is another 100 plus years later, we've had another census. Discovered Hawaiian population back up around 200,000 and growing. Hawaiian coming back. Watch out. It was very much a live and vibrant society way back then. Very inventive. Had to be inventive. Some of them forget to bring the Sears catalog. Couldn't order nothing. No Crate and the Barrel catalog. No Pier 1 catalog. No Nordstrom's catalog. Getting pretty bad, huh? That's not the worst of it. James, Anil, here's the worst of it. No Victoria's Secret catalog. That's a problem. A major problem. Did have some of the finest footwear you can imagine. Needed good shoes for walking around the island. No more sidewalk. Had houses that would stand up to hurricane force winds. Me overbuilt my house. Something gonna work. Had sailing vessels 200 and 300 feet long. Take you around the Pacific in relative comfort of the day. Type of navigation for get you there with pinpoint accuracy. I can make a radio call back to you in a moment. You look over to the right there, Margaret, you see another island. That's the island of Lanai. Now, plenty of people like to call it Lanai. You can call them Lanai if you like, but Lanai is a patio or a deck. Lanai is the name of one of the brothers who came here some 2,000 years ago for help settle the islands. And you know, living here in the old days was not as rough and tumble as you led to believe. Yeah. Sure, the rules and laws were made up by Kanaka, common people. They make them real strict out of respect for the elite. Left great big gaping holes around everything. You get around most anything here, except maybe capital crimes. On the other hand, the elite, the ruling class, had to maintain respect for the people in the land. They lose that respect. First thing they're going to lose is their job. Second thing they're going to lose is their head. Non-negotiable. Now the islands were cut into pie-shaped wedges, and James, each and every one of those wedges was a separate kingdom. Oh, and by the way, Hawaiian really not into bloodletting. Way too messy. What Hawaiian liked was banishment. And certainly the place to banish was the island of Lanai over there. At the time, this is a little over 400 years ago, Lanai was full of evil spirits. And everybody knew you get out there, evil spirit gets you, eat you all up, never see you again. Good way to get rid of people. Now there's this kingdom over here. Anil the king there had a son who was causing so much trouble, even the other kingdoms were ready to revolt. Well, Daddy had to do something. He was going to lose his job in his head, and it didn't seem like a pretty good idea, huh? So what did he do? He went, banished the young man to the island of Lanai. Now, Margaret, when the young man get on the island over there, he went hide because he knew evil spirits would be after him, and sure enough they were. But he was good at hiding, and evil spirits couldn't find him. Days turned into weeks, they still could not find him. Frustrated the evil spirits were, never happened before. Young man kind of frustrated too. He liked to get off island. So he came up with his own bright idea. Right over the end of the island over there, there's a small beach called Poho. Poho means useless, and I get no idea where that came from. But the young man go down that beach and go walk into the ocean, leaving obvious footprints in the sand. Then he get back in those footprints, went back out, went hide again. Well, here come the evil spirits, and they see the footprints. Well, wowzers! They say, oh, that's how they talk, wowzers. We've got him cornered, he's hiding in the surf. Well, all the evil spirits went run down there, and they went jumping the ocean looking for him. Turns out, though, it was kind of a high surf day that day. Everybody knows evil spirits are lousy swimmers anyway, huh? They must stayed in the ocean too long, they all went drowned. When they were gone, the young man lit a little fire, and the people behind him realized, hey, evil spirits got him a fire, let's go see what's going on. They get out there, they find the young man alive, evil spirits all gone. A little more discussion, he learned his lesson about causing trouble, and he was allowed to return to Lahaina. Now, the young man's name, Pi'ilani. I bring this story up because you see, 200 years before King Kamehameha united all the islands of Hawaii under one rule. King Pi'ilani, Maui's greatest king, united all of Maui under one rule. True story. Well, we're going to go on shore here at a little place called Honolulu Bay. There's those pineapple fields again. And you're going to notice reservoirs everywhere. The reservoirs are out here because the islands are way too porous to sustain natural lakes, or anything like a water table used to on the mainland. So we like water, we must capture the rain. No more rain, no more water. We grow callaloo in the valleys. Plenty of people like to call it taro. Taro's a Tahitian word. There's no T in the Hawaiian language. We make poi out of callaloo. Anybody tried the poi? No one ate the poi? Oh, good stuff, poi. Oh, I love poi. Grew up eating poi. Make you big and strong. Yeah, get 12 times the vitamin, nutrient, minerals as milk. Fed to children all over the world who are lactate intolerant because no one in the world is allergic to it. And no more bad cholesterol. And all it is callaloo ground up with water. There's really nothing else added. That's, of course, whoever made them never washed their hands. That's a good. That's a bad thought. I had a lady from Los Angeles, California the other day tell me she thought poi tasted like wallpaper paste without the sugar. So I had to ask, you been eating wallpaper paste? Out like a light. That's normal. They're not going to let go of that sucker, though. Had another lady from Dallas, Texas tell me she thought poi tasted like grits gone bad. I like grits. Anybody else like grits? I was introduced to grits in Dothan, Alabama. Good stuff. Also, RC Coca-Cola and the moon pie. That's good stuff.
When I know the time is right for me, I'll cross the stream. I have a dream. I'll cross the stream. I have a dream. I have a dream, a dream, a
These valleys are very sacred to Hawaiian kind. You see kings and queens and commoners alike are buried out here. Watch closely along the ridge lines or where the clouds touch the mountaintop. You never know what you'll see next. And the rocks, well, the rocks are covered with ancient Hawaiian petroglyphs. Picture writing the Hawaiian used to use. Anybody ever tell you Hawaiian had no written form of language, you can argue that point pretty easily. In the year 1790, and as after to put all the islands under one rule, King Kamehameha left the big island Hawaii. With his armies, traveled across the channel and landed on the southeast shores of Maui. The battle for control of Maui started there and raged all along the south shore through the isthmus where we came from, finally ending here in the valleys, Kahalavani. It is said of the final battle that at its end it was so fierce the waters of Kahalavai were dammed with the bodies of the fallen soldiers. Waters ran red with their blood for weeks. Not the proudest time in Hawaiian history. But Hawaiian are proud of the fact that King Kamehameha did unite all the islands under one rule. stopped all the bickering and fighting which had been going on for centuries before.
He kualoha
How you like your islands? Guess what today is? Country Music Day. So here's a little country music Hawaiian style. You can dance with your license.
Almost heaven, West Makaha, High Ridge Mountain, crystal clear blue water. All my friends there hanging down the beach, young and old among them, feel the ocean breeze. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. Makaha, Mount Kala, oh take me home.
Well, what do you think of my country music Hawaiian style? All that green stuff out there, largest cash crop on the island, we call them ko. That's Hawaiian word for sugar cane. Beaches are public, nobody keep you off any one of them. Go enjoy it. And go exploring, guys. You can't get lost. Island on one side, ocean on the other. You're right back where you started from. And I know you enjoy my country music, but no one gets away with that little Hawaiian rock and roll. And thanks to Neil Ashfield for being my co-pilots. Having trouble you guys take over and land, huh? All right. Sherry, Margaret, James, thank you guys for not smoking in the restroom. I know. Here's my favorite song.
Oh, is the tale of the mischievous one who fished out all the islands and captured the sun. His deeds and tasks I will unmask so that you'll understand that before there was a Clark Kent, there was a Hawaiian Superman.
Like my song? All right. Hey, guys, mahalo for flying with me. I hope you had a good time. Me, I always have a great time. Love a captive audience. Get a guest book in the building. Like to know how we're doing. Comments, criticisms, and snide remarks acceptable. And as we say here in the islands, ina mai kapuana. That is my story told. Ahoy ho, till we meet again. Cameras on the inside. Aloha. All right, let's see if I remember how to land this thing.
Hawaiian Superman. Maui. Maui. Hawaiian Superman. Maui. Oh, Maui. Oh, Maui. A Hawaiian Superman. Secret of fire was locked somewhere in time. So when he died in the Halekuke, no way to reignite. So off he goes in search of those who hold the information. So fire could be used by all the future generations. He found that a lie held the fire connection. But his plan of deception fell short of perfection.
Ooh, bumpy landing. Anybody hurting that?
He had to
Just my pride. Bear with me for a few moments while I slow this thing down.
until she
And then, Aaliyah opened the door.